Welcome to ECN Trade Daily Video. Before we begin, it should be noted that any advice is of a general nature only and that your personal circumstances have not been taken into consideration.
Hello everyone, my name is Rob Clayton and thank you very much for joining me. Overnight, it was the uncertainty of the US and the China trade war fears that returned along with the downbeat of the Australian GDP data that spooked the Australian pair to weaken further. The overnight price action plunged to a 3-week low of 71.90. Now, as you are aware, that is the 60-day moving average, which was respected. Earlier, with the GDP, the economy grew by 0.3% in September, but missing its forecast of 0.6, quite a big miss. Still, the new signs of potential trouble in US and China's trade relationship has heated up and therefore could see further risks to the downside. I'm not ruling out, as of yet, the bear case has been diminished. Therefore, a break of 71.80 would reinstate the downside and look to the objective that we saw back here in October around 70.20. My view on the euro and US dollar is starting to waver a little. Overnight, the dollar index fell from the highs of 97.16 to a low of 96.47 before settling, as of this morning, at 96.70. It should be noted that a break beneath 96.20 is viewed as a head and shoulders neckline, and the measured move does give us a play to the region of 94.50. This, on the flip side, would see further risk to the upside for the euro. To read a bit more about the head and shoulders, go to my report, and I do explain in the euro section about what the head and shoulders formation is. Now, we do have the non-farm payrolls tonight, and if we do get a weaker number, could see the euro surge up towards 114.10.65. Now, note there is stops above here. A break of 65 would give further scope up towards 115.80.90. So do keep your risk management, as in stops, close in case we do fail to see the supply zone turn into a demand zone. A break of 65 would confirm this. But my call it yet is not for the break for the head and shoulders neckline, and therefore we could still see the target of 111.60 being reached. So keep that in mind if you're trading. My view on dollar yen reached its objective of 112.20 overnight. The low posted was at 22 for dollar yen before rebounding. It is assessed, though, that the rest of the Chinese tech giant Huawei executive has triggered some concerns and may have caused some problems with the US after Trump recently said he was the tariff man. Nevertheless, the rebound from 112.15 has given some scope up to the upside, with the resistance seen at 113.05 to 113.60 as a potential target. I still view any challenges towards 112.15 to 20 as a buy. Uncertainty to the pound since the break of 126.90. Still, at this present stage, the market has paused a little and is still now waiting for the parliamentary vote that takes place next Tuesday, the 11th of December. If so, from this pattern I'm seeing here, could see a little bit of an upside test due to the fact the MACD has broken back above the zero. But I would like a little bit more confirmation. If so, then we could see a move up to 128.70 to 129.50. This choppy play action is getting very hard to analyze, because trying to trade the pound is that you keep getting stopped out, and it's probably getting quite frustrating. So I'd rather probably sit out just for a little bit in terms of seeing how December the 11th comes on the voting. We got to a high of 44 overnight on gold, in respect to the level of 43. However, we still, if you keep in mind that the US trade wars with China, still a concern. We have Brexit, we have the uncertainty in oil, and also the global markets. So the gold is still pretty much a flavour to a buy. Therefore, any pullbacks towards 33 should see good demand, and I do expect to see maybe a break now, 46, to head up to the target that comes in at 58.60. Round enough with oil is the fact it's held and rejected this trend line. It was around 55 but dropped slightly, and now looks towards the support of 49.80. A break beneath there would give further concerns back to $45 as a target. Looking to the upside though, if we do respect this level from 49.80, then we could see another challenge to the trend which comes in roughly, as you can see here, around 52.90 as minor and up towards 53.5 as the target. A break above 53.5 would give further scope up towards 55.40.70. Well, that wraps up for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and as always, look out for the intraday report, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and the great start to this new weekend.